So Noir became a thing for me because I was really looking for a creative outlet. You know, I have a lot of weird interests. I've always kind of had a little off-the-wall taste of things. That got more prevalent the older I got. And I was really bored in IT. I mean, IT is just, you know, it is IT. And after 17 years, it was pretty much a decision that I had to make with my family. And I told my husband we have two options. I can go to jail for stabbing somebody in the neck with a pin during a meeting, or, you know, I can quit and I can find something that will make me happy and maybe just make a little bit of extra money on the side. And I had these ideas about things that I wanted to do and things that I'd thought about for a long time. And I just didn't think Kansas City was going to be open enough. So I wanted to put together a little shop of horrors, basically. A cabinet of curiosities where I could share my passion and my knowledge for like history, my love of history, love of like weird Victorian culture, and but do it in a way that was tasteful and not scary, but like creepy, but in a good way, right? You know, you want the little hairs to tingle on the back of your neck. From the get-go, my vision was I wanted this to be an experience, an immersive experience that made you feel kind of like you were being drawn into a story. We're in Oddities, antique and art kind of boutique. We have a lot of home decor stuff, and it all fits kind of that darker, weirder thematic. If you love Halloween, you're gonna love the store. If you like history, you're gonna go, I didn't even know that, I love that. It's got a little bit of something for everybody, I think. Not everybody gets it, and not everybody's supposed to, and I'm okay with that. When I first started, I started at a really small little spot in the West Bottoms. I had a 10 by 12 space. When I had the idea to kind of dip my toe in the water, I felt like that was probably the safest way for me to test the waters. And I was actually shocked. The first weekend, I sold out of everything weird, like everything weird that I had. But I immediately started looking. After Halloween, I knew, like the Halloween weekend, I was kind of like, it's time for me to find something. So I found a little spot on 39th Street, and that's really when things started to kind of pick up. And I started to need more things, and I needed to fill more. And of course, I have a shopping addiction when it comes to weird things, and I love the hunt, the thrill of the hunt. So we were there as long as we could be. We just kept getting packed, and it would just be so packed with people coming for whatever it is, like Mad Monster Party Friday or Edgar Allan Poe birthday or whatever it was, that it became counterproductive to actually selling anything. Like nobody could move. So I started considering and kind of talking with the family about, well, what if we did something bigger? Like, what if we could really do these events and find a space where we could show everything and then still have room to like really show artist work? So we kind of started looking, and I came across this place. I saw it and I just felt like I can see my vision, which was it's always been very Haunted Mansion meets Guillermo del Toro, sort of a decay and like, you know, falling and crumbling apart. And I thought I could do that here. And along with the help of some very talented friends, we made that happen. And it feels like that was like 2 weeks ago or a month ago, not 3 years ago. But it has been 3 years coming in January that we moved in and transformed the small parlor into the large parlor. This is an old building, so I just felt like my stuff belonged here. It felt comfortable here, if I feel weird saying that. But my treasures are my family, and they're like, they have a personality, and I just felt like they were good here. And we really could bring to life the vision of having separate like areas. So we have the funeral parlor, and we have the like medical mad scientist sort of area, and then we have the very cabinet of curiosities with books and animals and taxidermy and, you know, wet specimens and all that kind of crazy weird stuff. And I could do it in a way that allowed us to really showcase the items the way I felt like they needed to be. But it's felt like home, and it still does, and that's going to be the hard part, is the ambiance here is going to be, you know, hard to imagine not having. So when people ask me what Noir is now, I kind of have to say it's a community of weirdos. It's a safe place for us to come together and share our passions and our collections and be excited about things without people looking at us like, are you on the FBI's 10 most wanted list? Like, should I be checking that? Noir has evolved into such a different thing from what I expected. It's become a family, a community of people, and that's very important to me because I see the impact it's had on people. You know, people will literally come through the door the first time and almost have like tears of joy. I've literally had people cry and hug me and say, God, thank you for creating something like this. I mean, I knew I was weird, but when you're weird and you're the only weird one in your family, you feel like you're the only weird one out there ever, right? You're alone on an island of weirdness. And, you know, I'm hearing the stories now of the gratitude, but what I think people don't realize is like, this has been just as important for me because I felt alone. So having a place for this community to come together and feel safe and inclusive, and seeing that excitement has brought me so much more joy than I ever imagined a store would do, right? It's just people in the community have made this what it is. It's a special place, and I think everyone is kind of in mourning right now, honestly, and it's been rough. Lots of tears over the last couple of weeks, so, and I'm sure more to go, but you know, live to fight another day. We'll go online, we'll do some educational things. I'm hoping that once it's safe enough for everybody that we can get back to doing some community events. We've done like community field trips, and maybe we'll host parties, but I'll just find a different space, and then I can decorate that and deck it out like we would do here. And live to fight another day, you know. I hope that there'll be another incarnation of the physical parlor, but I think right now just the weight of it is a lot. There's a lot to handle for one person. So it was the right thing to do, even though it was probably the hardest decision I've made in a very long time. This is the part that, this has been a gut punch. But I know that if I don't do this now and scale back, then it just could all go away completely. And if I just keep doing what I know that I'm passionate about and staying connected, hopefully with our community, and keep them engaged, then we can keep it going until there's another chapter. I would say my message, my biggest message to give to them is my gratitude. Like, you've allowed me to create something incredible that I didn't think was possible, and that I didn't expect, and I'm so grateful for that. I'm grateful for the stories, I'm grateful for the hugs, I'm grateful for the little kids that bring me things or come dressed up like whatever weird creature they are, and you know, I just, this has enriched my life in a way, and I'm so like thankful for them. And I think I want to make sure that they understand that just because there's not a physical space, that doesn't mean the community has to fall apart. We've had customers that have become like lifelong friends. I know that. And I feel that if we keep that community going, that, you know, Noir will keep living on. It won't be forgotten. One day I hope that someone will go, "Hey, we used to have this cool place in Kansas City back in the day." You know, I want those stories to be told and to go forward, and something that they can be proud of as well, because I certainly didn't do this alone. So many folks came together, from my family, from my friends, from people in outside that I've never even met before, you know, that came together to create such a special place. And I'm just very grateful, and it has meant more to me than I probably could put into words. But that's pretty much my message. And stay strange. Don't be afraid to be weird. Weird is good. Creepy but cool. Yeah. Creepy but cool.